Avengers Doomsday leaks, news, and rumors are everywhere right now. But how long are we going to ignore the elephant in the room? The fact that Doctor Doom looks exactly like Tony Stark. The Russo brothers, insiders, and even Robert Downey Jr. himself have talked about this topic online. So in the next few minutes, we're going to explore all the possible explanations. And don't forget to leave your thoughts and drop a like. Let's start with the simplest option. Option 1. Marvel simply doesn't explain the resemblance. It's the easiest solution, at least according to insiders reporting on Avengers Doomsday. According to these reports, the audience will see Doctor Doom without his mask, but the heroes will only speak with Victor when he's fully suited up. So the question about their similar appearance simply disappears, and no explanation is needed. Even in the comics, this makes sense. Doctor Doom hates his own face and almost never removes his mask. But this idea is exactly why many people criticized casting Robert Downey Jr. for the role. Using one of the most recognizable actors in the world and then covering his face for the entire movie is like making a film with Sydney Sweeney and never allowing the audience to see her face. In other words, it's a waste of money. Of course, the voice would still be a problem, because his voice could immediately reveal Tony Stark. That issue could be solved with a voice modulator, something similar to what Batman or Darth Vader uses. Reports even suggest that Doctor Doom's design in Avengers takes some inspiration from Darth Vader, meaning the suit doesn't just hide his scars. Without it, he might not even survive. It's an interesting solution, but one major problem still remains: paying Robert Downey Jr. around $200 million and then taking away both his face and his voice. It's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it in first gear at 20 kilometers per hour, which makes this option a bit hard to believe. Option 2. Marvel creates visual differences. Something similar happened when Don Cheadle replaced Terrence Howard for Rhodey, and the characters simply acted like nothing had changed. In this scenario, Robert Downey Jr.'s appearance would be altered: a different hairstyle, contact lenses to change eye color, minor facial adjustments, and voice training to change his tone. The result? A character that's almost impossible to immediately identify as Tony Stark. This is probably the safest option for Marvel. Option 3. A soft multiverse connection. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tony Stark wasn't perfect. He once built weapons that caused civilian casualties, and later he tried to create Ultron to control the world. Honestly, in the MCU, it probably would have taken just one bad day for him to become Doctor Doom. In this version, Avengers Doomsday wouldn't focus too much on the similarities. But in Avengers Secret Wars, we might see a short scene showing just how thin the line between a hero and a villain can be. Option 4. A darker theory. What if the real Tony Stark never existed, and it was actually Doctor Doom trapped inside his body? In this theory, when Kang the Conqueror created the sacred timeline, he knew the only person capable of defeating him was Doctor Doom, so he made sure Victor would never become a villain by trapping him inside the body of Iron Man. But when the multiverse began collapsing, the real versions of Victor Von Doom finally started to appear. Option 5. This theory suggests Tony Stark was actually the anchor of the Marvel Universe. In Deadpool and Wolverine, it's explained that when the anchor of a universe dies, that universe begins to collapse. And what happened to Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame? He died. So his death may have triggered the collapse of the multiverse. And from that collapse, a darker version of him emerged: Doctor Doom. Option 6. The weirdest theory. Doctor Doom is created by Loki. In Season 2 of Loki, the multiverse is set free. In this theory, Loki creates a version of Tony Stark who becomes Doctor Doom, a hunter designed to eliminate every version of Kang. But eventually, this creation turns against its creator. Something very similar to Skynet in the Terminator. In the end, basic storytelling rules suggest the Russo brothers probably won't focus too heavily on the Tony Stark and Doctor Doom resemblance. But who knows? They might have something completely different in mind. So, what do you think? Let us know in the comments.